超速。
The cars gradually slowed down as they approached the busy intersection ahead. The cars gradually slowed down as they approached the busy intersection ahead. The lawyer continued to assert the innocence of her client despite the evidence presented. The lawyer continued to assert the innocence of her client despite the evidence presented. Venturing into the dense forest alone was a dangerous decision, especially as night began to fall. Venturing into the dense forest alone was a dangerous decision, especially as night began to fall. They went to the concession stand to get a hot dog and some snacks. They went to the concession stand to get a hot dog and some snacks. Automation is expected to take the place of manual labor in certain repetitive tasks. Automation is expected to take the place of manual labor in certain repetitive tasks. Consumer choices are often swayed with clever marketing and advertising. Consumer choices are often swayed with clever marketing and advertising. We noticed the bulletin board announcement while passing by. We noticed the bulletin board announcement while passing by. The shopping mall is bustling on weekends, but nearly deserted on weekdays. The shopping mall is bustling on weekends, but nearly deserted on weekdays. The diplomatic negotiations had geopolitical implications for regional stability. The diplomatic negotiations had geopolitical implications for regional stability. Sometimes, tough decisions must be made for the good of the organization, even if they are initially unpopular. Sometimes, tough decisions must be made for the good of the organization, even if they are initially unpopular. Thanks to the team's dedicated efforts, the project was completed ahead of schedule. Thanks to the team's dedicated efforts, the project was completed ahead of schedule. The company is relocating its headquarters from Los Angeles to New York City. The company is relocating its headquarters from Los Angeles to New York City. The oil spill polluted the once pristine coastline, causing irreparable damage to the ecosystem. The oil spill polluted the once pristine coastline, causing irreparable damage to the ecosystem. Even in the face of adversity, she stood firm and did the righteous thing. Even in the face of adversity, she stood firm and did the righteous thing. If you see him struggling, offer to give him a hand with his tasks. If you see him struggling, offer to give him a hand with his tasks. Regret filled her mind as she reflected on the consequences of her rash decision. Regret filled her mind as she reflected on the consequences of her rash decision. The police pulled over the driver, suspecting they might be intoxicated. The police pulled over the driver, suspecting they might be intoxicated. I'll stop by your office later to discuss the next project. I'll stop by your office later to discuss the next project. The celebrity artfully dodged the question about their personal life during the interview. The celebrity artfully dodged the question about their personal life during the interview. Scientific research suggests that coral reefs in certain areas are thriving despite environmental challenges. Scientific research suggests that coral reefs in certain areas are thriving despite environmental challenges. The daring rescue mission involved entering a perilous zone to save stranded hikers. The daring rescue mission involved entering a perilous zone to save stranded hikers. To my distress, I realized I had left my phone at home just as I arrived at work. To my distress, I realized I had left my phone at home just as I arrived at work. He supplements his income by working additional hours on Saturdays. He supplements his income by working additional hours on Saturdays. The social media comments took a vicious turn, spreading hate and negativity. The social media comments took a vicious turn, spreading hate and negativity. Despite the low crime rate in their neighborhood, they were always paranoid about home security. Despite the low crime rate in their neighborhood, they were always paranoid about home security. Please point out any issues you find during the inspection. Please point out any issues you find during the inspection. The new employee felt a mixture of excitement and apprehension on their first day at work. The new employee felt a mixture of excitement and apprehension on their first day at work. It was crucial to dispatch medical supplies to the disaster-stricken area. It was crucial to dispatch medical supplies to the disaster-stricken area. A defect was discovered in the office copier during routine maintenance. A defect was discovered in the office copier during routine maintenance. Due to a hazardous spill, the authorities had to seal off the affected area to prevent further contamination. Due to a hazardous spill, the authorities had to seal off the affected area to prevent further contamination. The news of her failure in the exam left her in a depressed mood for days. The news of her failure in the exam left her in a depressed mood for days. Despite his best efforts, his performance in the competition was deemed mediocre by the judges. Despite his best efforts, his performance in the competition was deemed mediocre by the judges. Adaptability is a characteristic of thriving individuals in dynamic environments. Adaptability is a characteristic of thriving individuals in dynamic environments. Let's go over the details of the proposal to make sure everyone is on the same page. Let's go over the details of the proposal to make sure everyone is on the same page. I'd like to withdraw $1,000 in cash from my savings account. I'd like to withdraw $1,000 in cash from my savings account. No amount of money can ever compensate for losing the person you love dearly. No amount of money can ever compensate for losing the person you love dearly. The new team member will come on board next week, bringing valuable skills to the project. The new team member will come on board next week, bringing valuable skills to the project. I was embarrassed by their unexpected compliment, catching me off guard. I was embarrassed by their unexpected compliment, catching me off guard. To secure your reservation, the hotel may ask for payment up front. To secure your reservation, the hotel may ask for payment up front. In a desperate attempt to catch the last train, he sprinted through the station and barely made it on board. In a desperate attempt to catch the last train, he sprinted through the station and barely made it on board. A flashlight will come in handy if there's a power outage. A flashlight will come in handy if there's a power outage. With so many options, she has no idea what to choose from the menu. With so many options, she has no idea what to choose from the menu. The excited puppy couldn't contain its joy and began to wag its tail vigorously. The excited puppy couldn't contain its joy and began to wag its tail vigorously. She used a precision screwdriver to delicately twist the tiny screws in the electronic device. She used a precision screwdriver to delicately twist the tiny screws in the electronic device. The police officer had to use handcuffs to restrain the unruly suspect. The police officer had to use handcuffs to restrain the unruly suspect. The teacher gave explicit examples to help students understand the complex concept. The teacher gave explicit examples to help students understand the complex concept. After much persuasion and negotiation, he reluctantly agreed to withdraw his resignation. After much persuasion and negotiation, he reluctantly agreed to withdraw his resignation. Pirates held the ship's crew hostage, requesting a ransom for their release. Pirates held the ship's crew hostage, requesting a ransom for their release. We'll proceed with the plan as soon as we receive the necessary approvals. We'll proceed with the plan as soon as we receive the necessary approvals. In a diverse workplace, it's essential to learn how to get along with colleagues from different backgrounds. In a diverse workplace, it's essential to learn how to get along with colleagues from different backgrounds.
高評価、チャンネル登録もよろしく。